What I wanted to talk about today is just a couple of techniques in closing this sale. Okay, because I really think that a lot of the times, folks, we're addressing the wrong objection. Do you guys know what I mean by that, where you're addressing the wrong objection? You know, a lot of the times what the customer tells us is not what's really going on. You follow me? What they tell us is not what's really going on. They're telling us things that they think will allow them to sneak out the back door. You know, now I don't know why buyers like to play games and stuff and whatever, you know, but what I've realized over my tenure in this business is the reason that they do is because they're uncertain. They're uncertain that it's the right decision. They're uncertain if the product is right. They're uncertain about the price. They're uncertain about the company. They're uncertain about you. Like something is there. You know, I think we've all lied to people, to salespeople before to get rid of them. And if you say you never have, you're lying. You know you have. I have. I've done it recently. We all do it. You know, and there's really no reason why. And I love the story that David told not that long ago about his alarm no, but that was about a lead. But either which way, same premise. You know, we all do things, right, to push people off. And that push off doesn't mean that we're not interested. It's just like we're not ready, we're not sure, but we need someone to talk us through it. So these are some word tracks that you guys can use to try to help identify, are we on the right objection? Because if you're on the right objection, then we can try to figure out a way to make sense of it. But if you guys ever try to overcome an objection, do everything by the book, meaning you said exactly what we talk about on these conference calls every morning. You did exactly what your manager told you to do, like to the T. The way that you said it was perfect. You had confidence. You did everything right, but you did not overcome that objection. Can you guys raise your hand real quick in the what do you call this, Zoom, if that's happened to you?
In the chat.
In the chat, whatever. Say something. Talk to me. So I know you guys are listening to me. You know, you guys ever happen to anybody? You did everything right and it still had an awful outcome. You didn't close. You ever do that? Yep. Yes. Awesome. Cool. Yeah. Now we're good. Okay. Now we're cooking with fire. You know, the reason is because you are on the wrong objection. The most dangerous objection is the one that they don't tell you. And the ones that they tell you, the spoken objections, are usually really, really hard to overcome because they're lies. And they could just keep lying and keep making it's like if we started role playing right now, right? And I hit you guys with an objection, I could just keep coming up with new ones. I could just keep thinking of new ones and new ones and new ones until you run out of gas. And that's what happens. And it's because we're on the wrong. Now, if we're on the right objection, we could talk about that. So what is the most common objection that you guys receive?
Let's think about it.
I got to think about it. Other than you wanting to think about it, what else concerned you?
Can't afford.
Excuse me?
Can't afford it.
Okay. Other than you not being able to afford this, what else concerned you?
I want to talk to my children first.
Okay. So you can't afford it and you want to talk to your children. Is there anything else?
I really don't know you. I don't know if I can trust you.
Okay, so is this all just separate objections, or because I'm trying to like get a little bit of role playing out of this right now, or you know what I'm saying, or you guys just spitting stuff at me? Tell me.
No,
No, this is actually.
I constantly get. I already have insurance.
Okay,
perfect.
Have
insurance.
So who's talking right now?
This is Paswell. I already have insurance.
Okay, so role play with me for just a quick second. We're not going to go too detailed, but if you, other than Paswell, you already having insurance, what else is stopping you from making a decision today? Other than that?
Oh, well, I just feel that I have enough. My $10,000 is enough for what I need to have done.
Perfect. Great. I mean, I feel you, man. And you're thinking the right way. But other than that, what else is stopping you from moving forward today? There's got to be something else. Tell me.
No, I just feel that what I got should be sufficient for the family. They should be able to bury me for that. I don't want much, just a little simple cremation. So that should be
I got
enough,
you.
shouldn't it?
Absolutely. It's absolutely enough. And you know what? In fact, Paswell, what I've learned, and every time that I've ever delivered a check to a beneficiary, you know what they told me? They told me two things. One, they told me, thank God that my father bought some insurance. You know what the second thing was?
No, what was that?
I wish that he got more, because there's always unexpected things that may come up. So Paswell, absolutely, this should be plenty of money, what you already currently have. But other than the fact that you already have insurance and the fact that you feel you're covered, what else concerns you?
Oh, there's really nothing else.
So that's it. There's that. That's it. Nothing else. It can't just be that, in my opinion. What else is there's got to be something else.
Oh, I feel that I've paid enough, and I don't want to take on a burden of another bill.
Okay.
That's really
Okay.
what my problem. I don't want to. It's kind of like a car note. I don't have a car note. I don't want to just start having to pay again, having an extra bill.
Gotcha, man. So now I'm not talking to you right now, Paswell, but everybody else. Do you see what just happened there? We uncovered the real objection. The real objection was not that he already had insurance. He already had insurance when he called the TV commercial. He already had insurance when he filled out the card. He already had insurance when he hit our website. We finally got to the real objection, which is he doesn't want to pay another bill. So I'm gonna keep digging deeper. Now, Paswell, I understand that you don't want another bill. So other than the fact that you don't want another bill, is there anything else that's on the table that you're concerned with that's stopping you from leaving extra money for unexpected things to your son, Jose?
No, man. What you gave me with that legacy thing really did impress me. I was really impressed. I was really impressed by that, and maybe I might be able to. You know what? I think I'll be able to do a little something. A little something. You got something like maybe in the. I can probably afford another $30, maybe $40. Probably another $40 a month. Is what I could probably do. You got something in that range for me that I might be able to get?
Absolutely, man. Now you're selling me. So we're doing well now. So you see how that works, guys? It's talking through, but 90% of the people that you're going to kind of, interact with this is going to go the way that me and Paswell are talking right now. You're going to have to dig deep. You're not just going to say, okay, well, other than that, like what else? And they're no, nothing. That's it. You're going to have to keep going and keep going and keep going.
Can I ask you one more quick question though, sir?
Mm-hmm.
How do but what about those hangups? I don't know, I know I'm not the only one. But sometimes they'll say that I have enough insurance, I'm okay, and click. I get more. If I say what I get anything more so than anything else is, I don't get an opportunity to go into the objection because I get the hangup.
Well, I a long time ago, I invested in a phone that doesn't let people hang up the phone on me. It's this new thing. It's an app that you download and people can't hang up on you. No, I'm only kidding. There's nothing you could do if someone hangs up the phone on you, right? Nothing you could do. But when is it happening in the front end or is it happening later?
No, it's happening. I mean, it's like, okay, I'm calling and I'm saying, hey, Doug. Hey, go ahead and answer me back.
Hey.
How you doing?
Click. No, I'm only kidding. Yeah, I'm doing good. Who's this?
Okay, and then I go into the spill on I'm calling for, to go over the insurance and.
Do you say it like that or no?
No, I just don't. I'm just saying when I go into it. Okay. You know what? I guess I need to go into it like I go into it. That would probably help, wouldn't it?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that might help.
Sorry about that, folks. Okay. Ring.
Hello.
Hey, Doug.
Hey, who's this?
How you doing? Hey, how you doing?
I'm great.
Oh, that's fantastic. Hey, my name is Pierre, and I'm returning your request for final expense and funeral insurance. And let me go over the information with you and answer any questions that you may have.
Yeah, I already have insurance. Click. Is that what's happening?
That's what's happening.
All right.
You know?
So
That's, I
So,
mean,
let-
that's,
so,
that
so
is-
folks,
that is
let's
exactly
help
what's
him
happening.
out. Let's get, who was the number one agent last month? Was it Bianca? Is she on?
Yeah.
Bianca, let's help Paswell real quick. Tweak that for just a second. Come from the top agent in the country. How can he tweak that intro just a little bit to get people to listen to him? What would you do?
So I would say, Paswell, hey, Paswell, this is Bianca. I'm not a telemarketer, so don't hang up on me. The reason why I'm calling is you had called into our TV commercial requesting some information on some final expense coverage. Let me just confirm. I have your address here as 126 North Cross Drive, Lafayette, Louisiana, birthday 10/30/91. You remember doing that, don't you?
Oh, yeah, man. Oh, yeah, that was like about 2 or 3 weeks ago.
So what
Yeah,
you're saying is to
wonderful.
try to verify some information to, because I think what you're maybe trying to say is that they may just think you're some telemarketer and they're not really listening to you. But if you start verifying and doing what you just did, then they just might listen to you a little bit more.
Yeah, you confirm data and it creates like a trust factor, right? Because obviously you have all this information, so you're not just some random telemarketer calling them.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. So I try to tweak that a little bit. Thank you so much, Bianca. And you know what, too, Paz? I would say if you were to call your best friend, how's that going? What does that intro look like? What does that sound like to you? Be yourself for just a second.
Oh, okay. Matter of fact, I just did two warm sales yesterday, and basically what I did was
Forget about sales. You call your best friend up to invite him over your house to watch a game and drink a couple beers. What's that conversation like, man? What are you saying to him?
Hey, what's up, Doug? What you doing, man?
Hey, I'm just living a dream, buddy. Living the dream.
Hey, man, look, hey, you know the game's coming up, man, and I want you to come on over, man, so we can watch it, man, enjoy ourselves, and have a good time.
All right. See, that I want you to be you, man. I want you. You need to be you. Be yourself on these calls, man. Don't be some buttoned up version of, what you think you got to be like. People want you to be you. I always say, if you call people dude and bro, then that's what you need to do. There's a guy that wrote 8,900 this week. His name is Ronald. I swear my hand to the Bible, when I walk past his cubicle, when he sells, he's calling people dude and bro all day long. Now I'm not saying you have to be disrespectful, and don't take what I'm saying to some crazy, crazy degree. But what I'm saying is, man, be yourself. Be relaxed. Hey, man, how you doing? This is Doug Blake with Senior Life Insurance Company, Paz. What's going on today, man? Bring it, have fun. Make yourself stand out. Like Bianca hit you with that shock and all. Hey, I'm not a telemarketer. Don't hang up on me. That stands out from any other call that you might be receiving.
Yeah, because I know myself personally, as soon as I hear that little deep or my name is,
Mm-hmm.
I'm notorious for hanging up. So I'm impressed by the fact.
here's
I'm
what you
able
need to
able
do.
Talk to somebody.
Here's what you need to do. Stop hanging up on people and it'll stop happening to you.
I don't care what they have to say. I
Hey,
understand
what
you're
if
saying.
what if the person on the other end has an
Change that
opportunity to
mindset.
see your life? There's
Karma.
always truth to every objection.
Hiram.
And I'm not saying you have to sit there and listen to these people pitch all day long, but it's hard for you to overcome that yourself if you do that type of thing. Like, as an example, if you're the type of person that likes to think about things and price shop and da-da-da-da, or let me even take us to this degree. Do you have a policy with Senior Life Insurance Company?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, perfect. Great. Now, a lot of agents won't because they already have a policy for $500,000. And I say that because if you can't talk yourself into a policy because you already have insurance, how can you talk somebody else into it?
Well, one of the things that I've been able to do is when I'm talking to people and they say that they have I often kind of sometimes share my little bit that I'm a heart transplant patient. and I was able to get a policy. So I know that we're able to insure anybody, because I've had a lady who said she had COVID,
Mhm.
and she said that she couldn't get a policy.
Right.
I said, I said, ma'am, I'm on a heart transplant list. I'm a heart patient. And they were able to cover me, so I'm quite sure that I can customize something that will be able to cover you as well. And I told her.
There you go. It's standing out. It's relating, you know, but there's something, and for all of you guys, and I spoke about this a couple of weeks ago on our conference call, is everybody wants to be somewhere, but we're currently where we're at. And there's stuff that's blocking us from getting to where we want to be. And for you, Paz, it's people hanging up with you too quickly. That's your roadblock currently. So what do we got to do? We got to attack that and make that our strength. So I'm going to encourage you to get with your upline and your manager and work on that introduction until your introduction is your strong suit.
Okay.
Let's eliminate that roadblock so we can get a chance to present. And then later we're going to have another problem, right? Because that's our business, guys. Our business is solving problems. If there was no problems, we would have no business. And your problem right now is keeping people on the phone and getting past that intro. So that's what we have to master.
Okay.
Right?
That's it.
So
That's it.
other objections that we heard was, I can't afford it,
Thank you.
or whatever, right? You know, anything can be, okay, we got to isolate that objection. You know, when was the last time that you spent $65, Miss Jones, without talking to your son? You know, because what that does is that gets them thinking about the last time that they spent $60 and the fact that it's not really a big deal that they're spending $60 now. Well, I spent it last week at Publix. Okay, so now we're related. So this is such an insignificant thing that you'd even think about spending the $60 at Publix, which is a grocery store for those of you that are out in the South. You know, to spend $60, what's the big deal? It's $60. You got to talk to your son. You know, it's a cop out. What's the worst that happens? Do it anyway. You know, the crazy one, you know, how much of what I've told you so far do you believe? And what that does, I know it's a crazy thing to ask somebody, but what that does, guys, it gets them talking. It gets them to open up to you. No, I believe everything. I like that, Bianca. What do you think your son would say about this plan? If your son were to object about anything, what do you think he'd object to? Whatever comes out of their mouth next is not their son's objection. It's their objection that they're not willing to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Now we got to attack that. Again, Bianca said it. That's when you hear the truth. You know, folks, I will tell you, it's easy to overcome objections when you're on the right one. It's hard. It's virtually impossible to overcome objections when you're on the wrong one, or you're handling and dealing with a complaint. Listen, guys, nobody wants another bill. Nobody wants to spend money on life insurance. A life insurance policy will always be more money than what they're expecting. 99 times out of 100. The price is going to knock them off the chair a little bit. Very seldom are they going to be like, oh my God, that's all that it is? I'll take 2, please. Like, that doesn't happen that much. Now, usually things are expensive. So instead of letting those things rattle you, what about saying things like, I know it is. I agree with you. And in fact, today, most things are a little bit more expensive than we'd like to have them. Isn't that right? You know, what they're saying may just be something that they say, but now we're trying to overcome something. It's like going to Starbucks and they tell you, you know, I went to Starbucks today. I got a cup of coffee and these little like egg white bites, $16. That's friggin' expensive. Didn't stop me from doing it, did it? I said that. You know, but when we're in that close too, folks, what we have to focus on is the fact that we have to remain in that close. Because if I was at Starbucks and I made that comment and they're like, well, we got the best beans in the world, and I don't care. Just tell me, I know it's an expensive cup of coffee. It's crazy, but look at that line out the door. Do it anyway. Okay, here's my card. Like, folks, sometimes it is just that easy. When we're on the right objection, overcoming them is not hard. Out of the 186 people that are on this call right now, there should be 586 people. Folks, you need to start telling your friends and holding them accountable, the people that are around you that you're onboarding with, that you're spending time with, to get on these calls, because they will get better if they do. Right? But 90% of the objections that you're attempting to handle throughout the day and throughout the week and month is wrong one. You know, when you start handling objections the right way and asking more questions to tell me more and tell me more and tell me more, it can't just be that. That can't be, you wanting to talk to your kids cannot be what's holding you back from doing this today. That can't be. I don't believe it. What else? What is it really? Like, you have to expect some hostility there. Like, the call may not be just so like, oh, okay. It's like everything's like, they might get a little like rattled a little bit. Right? By you asking and probing those questions. But when somebody gets a little rattled because of the probing questions that you're asking, what should that tell you? That you're getting close. You're getting close to the truth, or you found yourself at the truth. And when you find the truth, again, folks, it's easier to close. So check out these word tracks that I have up here. How much of what I've told you do you actually believe? Do you think that there's people that don't move forward because they've been told their whole lives that if it sounds too good to be true, it usually is? And when you're spitting out things like legacy assurance and the 24-hour pay and the fact that their payments never change, and, you know, we do stuff that nobody else does, do you think that there's some part in their mind that says, man, it just seems too good to be true? I don't believe what he's telling me. They're lying to me. You know, what if that's one of the reasons why they're not moving forward? Because they don't believe that all the amazing features and benefits that you just told them are true. Well, if that's the case, what can we do to prove to them that it is all true? Other than whatever the objection is, what else concerns you? What other than the fact that you wanted to talk to the Pope, other than the fact that you wanting to talk to the president and your financial advisor? You guys ever hear that one? I need to talk to my accountant. Yeah, okay. I need to talk to my lawyer. Yeah, all right. Yeah. Other than the fact that you want to talk to your lawyer, what else is holding you back today? What else concerns you? What else? Whatever they tell you, tell me more. I don't care whatever, even if they tell you the real truth, what else? What else? What else? Anything else? Or when was the last time you spent $85, Miss Jones, without talking to your lawyer? Miss Jones, when was the last time you spent $85 without talking to your son? Miss Jones, when was the last time you spent $85 when you were maxed out on bills anyways? When was the last time you spent $85 when you couldn't afford $85?
I have a quick question. When do you actually concede that enough to where you can set them for a callback or actually give them the time that they need? If I say that I don't want to, I can't make a
I don't call nobody back
until I talk to my wife. I need to talk to my wife about this, and I really, let me talk to her, and let me get back to you.
Hey man, so let me ask you a question, Paz. You know, if your wife were to object to any part of this, what do you think it'd be?
Oh man, probably the price, if anything. But other than that, man, I see everything else seems to be good, especially with this thing with the legacy. I'm gonna share with her about this legacy thing, you know, and see what she says. Because other than that, it sounds great to me.
Yeah,
I like it.
Great, man. I'm glad that you do, man. And you know, when was the last time that you spent $55 without talking to her?
Oh, shucks. Man, I do that all. You know what? I do that quite often. I go to the store. I don't. Yeah.
So Paz, let me ask you this question, man. Let me ask you this question. What's the worst that happens, brother? But maybe you got to sleep on the couch one night, maybe. Nah. What's the worst thing that happens if we do this today? She might just be proud of you, man. That you went on and you took care of this. The money's easy. You spent money without talking to her all the time. At least this time you spent some money that's going to do something for her when you're not around no more.
Yeah, but when we make investment decisions and things like that, she kind of has an issue with me. She wants to make sure that I include her into the thing. And basically, what she's going to wind up saying is she's going to ask me, what do I think? And I'm going to tell her, let's go with it. And so I just want to, it's just really just to inform her, to let her know,
Yeah.
that's really what it is. It's,
Well, Paz, she already knows that you're talking to me. If you guys share the decisions equally on financial decisions like this, then she already knows that we're talking. So and if the worst thing that happens is she just wants your opinion, or you already made that decision that this is good for you, isn't it? So again,
Yeah.
Paz, what's the worst thing that happens?
yeah, I just, I guess, I just don't want to get fussed at about, hey, you didn't talk to me. You didn't let me know.
She ever
You
fussed at
know?
you before?
Oh, yeah.
Did you survive it?
Oh, yeah.
So-
Yeah, she forgave me and, kiss, makeup, all that good stuff.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, making up's the best part about fighting, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So what we talk about, it's nice to make up, man. Let's do something so we have a reason to make up, man. Come on. Making up is fun.
Yeah,
But some people would argue the best part about a marriage is making up.
Yeah,
All right. Hey, so here's what we're gonna do, man. I got a couple things I got to do on my end. Okay. Go ahead and get your checkbook real quick. We're gonna get this started, man. We're gonna make your wife proud of you. Okay.
Yeah. Let's do this here. Let me go ahead, man, give you this information, man, and everything like that. What's today? Today's Thursday. And can I move it out to like Tuesday, and then Tuesday we'll just go into Tuesday. If I call you back, then I have a question or concern. But if I don't call you back, it'll just go ahead and it'll be just fine. Is that all right?
That's no problem, man. Here, I'll meet you halfway. How about this? I'll give you tonight. It's Thursday, even though today's Friday, but it's Thursday. We'll do everything tomorrow. Talk to your wife tonight. You call me in the morning if anything changes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right then. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and give you this. I'm gonna go ahead and give you this information.
Man, anything can happen over the weekends. Could get crazy, man. I can't have you wait until Tuesday. Let's get this done before the weekend.
Yeah, and you did say I get that first day cut. That first day out the first
Yeah.
day. No waiting
Yeah.
period.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and give you this information.
Cool deal. See, folks, you can't give up, man. You can't let up. Got to keep on fighting, keep on fighting, keep on fighting, guys. What's like, honestly, but you really think about all those times that you let a customer go because that had talked to their wives. Come on.
Yeah.
You ain't never hear no female saying, I got to talk to my husband. Yeah, right.
Well, no, I have one, but but you're right.
But she says that, she's lying because she's the boss anyways. So
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. Come on. And I would tell her that, Miss Jones, come on. You're the boss anyways. You don't have to talk to your husband about nothing. You do what you want. Look at our leaderboard. Girls run the world, man. Come on. Be yourself. Have some fun, guys. Find that right objection and your life will be easier. But once you get in that close, stay in that close. I'm not going back. Once we get to this part, I'm not going back now and saying, well, Paz, we got that media coverage and legacy. Guys, we're done with that. We already sold that part. We're on the I got to get past the talking to my wife part. And the fact that it is no big deal. And the fact that we've all done dumber things to make our significant other mad at us than buying a life insurance policy, for God's sakes. At least that's a good thing, as opposed to going buying some cigars and, whatever, or, going golfing with the buddies and, whatever. At least this is something good. Folks, there's not an objection that you can't overcome. We're not talking about $10 million here. We're talking about 40, 50, 60, $100. What are we talking? We spend $100 at a gas pump every week, for God's sakes. What are we talking about? We got to talk to our lawyer because of the amount of money that we spend on gas per week. Seriously, is that what we got to now? We got to go spend $100. We got to talk to our financial consultant. And when you hear
Hey,
stuff like this,
Doug.
you can't let it be a big deal. You can't let it overtake you, because if you do, it will. Because if you're handling a complaint or the wrong objection and you put that spotlight on it, guess what's going to happen? It's going to become bigger and bigger, and you're never going to be able to come. You're going to create a beast. Someone's going to say something?
Hey, Doug, it's Nidal. Thank you for I guess arranging. I don't know if this is a daily call, and that's exactly my point. Why do you have to convince a client to spend $60-70 when they're initially made the contact, and they seem convinced to make the contact or the engagement so that they can get the product, and then they object, and then you have to convince them or to overcome the objection. So that means they're not convinced enough. Then I worry that afterwards, then they're going to, once you convince them and once you overcome the objection, then a day or two later, then they're going to change their mind.
Well, that's why you got to make sure that you do it, that you're on the right objection and you get them past it. And you overcome that objection. And we talk about the right ones, because if there's things that they're not certain about and we don't uncover those uncertainties, what you just described will happen. But if we uncover all those uncertainties on this phone call or face to face with them, if you're selling out in the field, if we address and handle all of them right now, that's it. We're done. They're certain. And that's not going to hedge and have never a policy get canceled or they change their mind, because that's going to happen. It's part of the business. Every day people buy things and want to return it, and change their mind. That's part of it. But if you can handle all the uncertainties now, that leaves a lot less room later for them to have more uncertainties. Make sense?
Also, Doug, real quick, let me say this, just to answer to the gentleman that spoke. We don't have to, we cannot assume that I bought a TV Leo or life transfer and it's going to be an easy deal. We're not order takers. We are sales professionals. So we do have to get better at objections. That's all I want to say.
Yeah, I mean, objections is the name of the game, guys. If you can't overcome objections, you're going to have a hard time